you talked a little bit earlier when I was asking you the question about like parents being stuck at home. You touched a bit on the relationships, and obviously you're, in your expertise, you do a lot of this as sex and relationship therapy. So
Yeah.
maybe twofold on this question is, just any additional thoughts you have for couples that are spending more time together, working at home. They're in each other's space a lot more than they used to be. They might have had that 8 or 9 hours separate each work day to go out, be separate. And then maybe a second layer to that is people that may be just starting relationships that are, are single and are still kind of interested in dating. So any thoughts for them in general about kind of managing love and relationships during this time?
Yeah, totally. So like I mentioned, being really deliberate and intentional in talking with your partner about how to manage your time together. You're shifting your relationship. It's not affecting everyone in this way, but a lot of couples are affected. It's creating a different dynamic to be spending this kind of time and this amount of time together. So really having open lines of communication where you're talking about your feelings, your needs. You're making really clear requests of each other, not demands, but requests. Ask for things that you need. What's going to help you with your workday? What's going to help you with what you're experiencing, spending more time with your partner now, right? They can't read your mind as well as they know you or as long as you've been together. They don't know what's happening with you and what you need until you let them know, and make a really clear request that they can say yes, no, or something in the middle too. Okay. Give your partner some grace, right? Give them some patience. This is tough. It's tough for you. It's tough for them. I'm hearing about couples getting on each other's nerves and having, frayed nerves and getting short with people. That's really understandable. And we need to just really keep an eye on that so that we can be really patient and forgiving and empathetic with what our partners are going through, which is probably really similar to struggles that we're going through. Make time for intimacy. I'm a sex therapist. I'm going to mention sex. Make time for intimacy, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be intercourse. It can be all sorts of things. But make sure that you prioritize that part of your relationship as well. It's harder for various reasons given the configurations we have at home right now. But find ways to be intimate. That might be as simple as taking 20 minutes to give each other back rubs or to just sit there holding hands and talking. It might be laying down in bed together. It might be taking a shower together. It might be sex, intercourse. It could be anything. But what is intimacy for the two of you? Make sure you carve out time for that. And in doing that, see if you can also see if you can shift from being in this mode of working or of, coworker to your partner all day. Shift to ways where you are more feeling like a lover to your partner. What do you need to do? Do you need to take a shower? Do you need to brush your teeth? Do you need to change clothes? Do you need to put on cologne or perfume? What helps you to connect more to your sexual self so that you can connect to your partner in more of that intimate way, whatever that looks like for the two of you. And you can always do couples therapy. Like I said, therapists are absolutely working and working with individuals just as well as couples these days. So if that's an option for you, doing couples therapy, especially if the two of you are really struggling, which we're hearing that's definitely happening for couples, they're needing some help. So feel free to reach out for that. There are resources probably wherever you are in the world. And then John, you asked about dating. Yeah, it's of course a tricky time to be dating. I hear about people meeting each other online and yet not having the option to meet in person, or at least they don't think they do. So there is, online only dating where you accept that you're not going to meet in person right now. And you use phone and email and most likely, online resources to connect. I mean, in some ways it's neat. It's slowing people down. It's actually eliminating some of the sexual stuff that can happen and focusing more on friendship, right? So perhaps you even have a better chance in creating a solid foundation with someone you're dating if you can't spend a whole lot of time in person with them right now, because it takes the sexual element out of it, or at least part of it. And instead you're focusing more on connecting, on letting this person get to know you and being open and vulnerable as much as we do when we're first dating, and creating a solid foundation. And even our loving relationships are still based on friendship. So this could be good for relationships in some ways. But also, having said that, you can still spend some time together if you can keep yourselves from a distance, right? you could plan to be in the same place as this person that you want to see in real life, in real time. Just, of course, make sure that you're following all the precautions, right?